probably wondering, if I have low self-esteem, is there a low self-esteem test that you can suggest? Well, there is a low self-esteem test I can suggest. It was created by Dr. Morris Rosenberg, and it was actually developed in 1965, but it's still held as a very good test. It just takes 10 questions, and it's called the Rosenberg Self-Esteem Scale. And you just need to Google that, and the test will come up. And you can just take those simple 10 questions. Now, there's also a related test called the imposter syndrome test. Imposter syndrome is where you feel like people are going to find you out, that they're going to find out you're not as good as you think you are. And if you think you have those kinds of thoughts, I know often when I've been coaching managers, they often feel, oh my goodness, they're going to find out I'm not as good a manager as they thought I was going to be. Or sometimes people feel it in personal relationships too, that they can't understand why this attractive, talented person loves them. So this is a fabulous test. So it's called the Clancy. It was developed by Dr. Pauline Clancy, and it's called the Clancy IP scale, and you can look at that too. Now, if you want any other kinds of measures, some things that you can look out for in terms of level of self-esteem, I've got some ideas for you. One is, do you find it difficult to look people in the eye? That can sometimes be a sign that you have low self-esteem. Do you hate attention, even when it's positive? Perhaps when people give you compliments and things, perhaps you make some excuse for why they're wrong. Somebody comments on your clothing, you say, oh, this old thing, bought it in the charity shop, or whatever it is, and you try to tone down their praise. If you express your opinions hesitantly, that can be another sign of low self-esteem. And if you doubt that you deserve to be successful or that you will be successful, that's another sign. Okay, so those are just 4 or 5 things that you can already use to test whether you have low self-esteem. And as I said, if you find, oh yes, that's beginning to sound like me, just go ahead and do those tests, the Clancy IP scale and the self-esteem scale. If you discover that you have really low scores on the imposter scale and the self-esteem scale, there is something you can do about it. One of my specialities is helping people to build their self-esteem so that they can succeed in their careers, their businesses, and their relationships. And I'd like to offer you a free discovery session, a self-esteem discovery session, to find out where you are in terms of your self-esteem, where you'd like to be, and any hidden barriers that could stop you building your self-esteem, and then I can share with you how you can plan to build that self-esteem so that you can enjoy more success, more fulfillment, more rewards in your life. Just go to the website that's listed below, buildingselfconfidence.co.uk, and apply for your free discovery session.